another hot topic that related to Miss Universe is, of course, Mandla Mandela, who is the grandson of the iconic South African leader Nelson Mandela, posted on his Instagram account calling to boycott Miss Universe because it's going to be held in Israel, a country that he considers an apartheid country. So let us review what he wrote, and I posted this on my Instagram account, and I want everybody. And of course, once he posted that note on his Instagram, former Miss Iraq, Sara Idan, scolded him via her Twitter account. She made a video condemning Mandla Mandela's false accusation that Israel is an apartheid country. So let me get hold of that screen. Everybody can see? So
yes.
So on a video posted on her Twitter account 2 days ago, former Miss Iraq, Sara Idan, slammed Mandla Mandela, grandson of icon Nelson Mandela, after he called on South Africa to boycott and withdraw all support for Miss Universe pageant in apartheid Israel. So this is the new Miss South Africa, and this is the beginning of Mandla Mandela's comment on his Instagram. And it says, we, however, learned with shock that the Miss Universe event is to be held in apartheid Israel later this year. Blah, 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 blah. We call on Miss South Africa and the nation as a whole to boycott and withdraw all support for the Miss Universe pageant in apartheid Israel, so forth and so on. And then he went on. And then I included a piece from a different perspective by an author by the name of Mark Friedman, who says, nope, Israel is not an apartheid state. Explanation. There you go. National flags of Israel and Morocco are projected on the walls of the old city of Jerusalem. This is a tangible evidence that Israel is not an apartheid country. And here's another one. To suggest that Israel, which welcomes Arab political participation as an apartheid state, is contradictory to the practice of apartheid as we witness in its cruel, racist, and inhumane form in South Africa from the 1950s to the 1990s.
Correct.
This is the Twitter message of former Miss Iraq, and let's listen to her video.
This is a message to Mandla Mandela, who demanded from the South Africa organization to boycott Israel and not extend their representative to versus pageant which will be held in Paris in December. All I can say is, how dare you? How dare you as a man try to tell grown people or women empowerment what to do? This is an opportunity that some women dream of having to go on world stage and represent their people, nation, culture, not government, not politics, definitely not your political culture. The term you used to attack Israel is the term only used by radical Islamist terrorist organizations such as Hamas. This is a message to Mandla Mandela.
Okay. So basically, that's her message, and it is quite powerful, I think. And I don't know. I mean, do you agree with her? Do we agree with her, Peter?
I do.
You do?
I do. I do. So, if you don't mind, it actually made me really feel uncomfortable with Mr. Mandela said. I don't believe it in any way that it's comparable to the apartheid that was enforced in South Africa for over 40 years. I think it's a big call to say that and to actually boycott an event and a platform that is all about inclusion, that actually opens debate and allows representatives from each country to get together and talk. It's actually pretty stupid to boycott an event like that. If we've got someone like Iraq or Iran or whatever going into Israel, and if it allows them an opportunity to be seen by the world as coming together and being together in a peaceful way, why would anyone be against that? If anything, we're probably in the forefront of diplomacy here. So I actually think that Mr. Mandela is extremely ignorant with coming out with something like that to actually call Israel an apartheid state. It's a bit much. And if anything, it's probably virtue signaling at the highest level, not to mention an extreme form of mansplaining. And, newsflash, mansplaining is not actually exclusive to the realm of white men. As you can see, it's a disease that transcends all cultural boundaries and racial boundaries. So, if anything, shame on you, Mr. Mandela. And I actually echo her sentiments. How dare you?
Phil, what do you think? Do you agree?
Ooh. Yeah. Well, I was listening carefully to Peter, and I totally agree with what Peter said. First of all, I myself am not really knowledgeable with the whole apartheid thing, but what I can say is always powerful to see like nations become together and with one cause, and that's just it. Like we're living in, I believe, in the most peaceful time in our history, in human history right now. So I think let's just be happy and just enjoy pageantry and and entertainment. That's all what we need right now. After the pandemic.
Antonio, what do you think?
Well, I think that what he says is totally out of place. It's funny, like he wants. I mean, like, oh, Dios mío, qué hermoso!
Oh, cosita de papi, mi niño. Cosita, dame un besito.
He loves his daddy.
Oh,
Qué lindo.
why?
She's an attention whore.
Love it.
All right, you got your 15 seconds to fade. Now, go back to your
so cute
crib.
So sorry, what was I saying?
Sorry.
Just to let you know, beautiful dog. before I lose track, I love dogs, and that was a beautiful 15 seconds. Well, first, he's totally out of place. I don't know what he say that. Like, come on, like this is something political in the very up. I don't know, but just to mix beauty pageants, with that kind of political statement, for me, it's like doesn't make sense. It's like I don't know. I don't get it. And even though whatever everybody can have their own mind, like you support Israel, Palestine, whatever. We're talking just about beauty pageants. Like I love what Miss Iraq says. The girls are getting together, to express, to be, to empower each other. Is about Miss Universe pageant. It's not about whatever is happening, between Israel and Palestine. So it's like it was a totally out of place comment, in my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, good point. Hector, darling, what do you think?
Okay, first, I'm agree with everything you say before, okay? I'm totally 100% agree. But my question to Mr. Mandela is this one. Why you don't boycott Miss World that in this moment, my government, my country give to the Miss World organization $7 million in a moment that my island, my country suffers for a death, for a pandemic. And the most important thing is, Mr. Mandela, that we don't have a decent hospital in the island of Vieques. Why you don't boycott Miss World that is going to celebrate in my country right now? And we need this $7 million for something most important than a beauty pageant. I love beauty pageants. I love whatever is beauty pageant. But you need to read first. You need to learn first what is pageantry about. Because if you're going to boycott, maybe you need to boycott every pageant in the world, Why you don't come to Puerto Rico and see what is the Puerto Rican suffers right now, and maybe you get something from the $7 million that the Miss World organization is going to receive for the government of Puerto Rico. Thank you.
Oh, but Hector, tell us how you really feel.
I feel good. I feel relaxed.
Okay. All I have to say is that I am just sick and tired of all these countries who keep boycotting Israel and divesting, Israel, but yet they continue to use products, technology, medicine produced, designed, and made in Israel. There isn't any more hypocritical than that. Can you imagine all these countries boycotting Israel and continue to use Israeli-made products? Where is the outrage from these countries about China? Why didn't these countries call to boycott China? Why are these countries not condemning China for the way they are mistreating the Muslim minority group called the Uyghurs? They put them in concentration camps. Where are the Muslim countries not condemning China for this horrible treatment of the Muslim minorities in China? Why always Israel? Because you know what? Israel is small, and they feel that ganging up on Israel is an act of bravery and courage. But yet, they don't have the guts to even condemn and criticize China, who, by the way, is responsible for releasing the deadly Wuhan virus that paralyzed the entire world. Thank you.
Well, that is why we just enjoy pageants like how it's supposed to be. We all know that pageants is political.
I know I'm going to get a lot of flack from that, but you know what? Who cares?
So let's just enjoy.
Oh,
You tell the
Rafa.
truth, darling.
Heels, let's enjoy those sashes, those hairs, like we got no time for political. Like,